at the Tetrapack facility, and we're actually going to see the MRE Lite run. We just tasted the vanilla moments ago, vanilla bean, and it was ridiculous.
And this one will be peanut butter cookie.
Peanut butter cookie, which we're
Actually,
excited about.
this one, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go in there and we'll watch it run, and I'm going to do a little tour of breaking down what's actually happening here on some of the equipment. So let's go. We're actually here, and they are right now mixing the next flavor we're going to be doing, which is blueberry cobbler MRE Lite. And so I'm going to give you the very distilled down, newbie version of what happens in here. But basically, they're mixing up with our ingredients and our raw products, our raw ingredients, MRE Lite, right, Johnny? So what they do is once they have the formula mixed up, they pour it into this blender, what makes this blender different than like your typical blender at your house, like a Black & Decker or something. Instead of just spinning, they have a tube that comes down and brings it back up. So yeah, it's spinning, but then they're also bringing it down. So in 5-10 minutes, they can mix 300 gallons into a purely perfectly blended mix. And once the mix happens, they send it over to here, and what happens over here, they do 2 passes. The important part of what we're seeing here is it's a hot fill line, and it kills the bacteria. Because as you guys know, RTDs don't have to be refrigerated unless they're open. They're really a single-use thing. So the idea is you want to have that thing be able to sit for a year plus on a shelf without going bad. Everybody's had protein in a protein shaker and left it in their car for a day or two. It's not a good thing. You can't even wash the smell out. Bacteria builds very quickly. So what they're doing is they're making sure when it actually goes into the Tetra Pak, the container, there's 0 bacteria in there. That way there's nothing that can build up. So once they send it through here, it has a flash heating process that heats it to 290 degrees plus, kills all the bacteria. They actually go through 2 heating processes, and then they bring it through here and they cool it back down. When it comes through here and shoots that into these, it actually cools it down, and you can see the ice in there. And it cools it down to about 70 degrees. And once it's down to about 70 degrees, it gets shipped over here into the actual packaging area. You see this is the containers that we're made out of. It's a heavy duty container, but when it's actually made, it's put into like a tube. They showed us like this. So the tube actually gets filled up with all the liquid, right? And it's totally full, and the machine crimps them, and then it makes it into a square. I'll show you where, right over here. So in here, there's the tube. You see the tube in there right there that's going to be filled next. You can see the paper tube. And once it gets crimped, here it turns into a square, right? It seals off the sides of the square and then puts it down on the conveyor belt. And it follows the conveyor belt all the way through here into the machine that actually puts the cap on them. And it does it at very high speed, fast enough that when I was videoing it, you had to get really close to even see the caps get put on. And here's the cap repository where all the caps are sitting waiting to be put on. And it actually goes through the metal, like the tin, like it's a very thin tin sheet, right?
It actually has an adhesive on it that when it goes to that, there's a really short heat tunnel. It actually heats up a little adhesive ring and bonds it to it. So once it dries, you can't knock that top off of it. But you see, it's got the teeth that break through. But like I say, everything's a closed system. There's no chance for bacteria to get in anywhere.
There's literally no chance. And as we come through, it goes into really cool. I love machines, I love to see the stuff anything fully automated is always interesting. And when it comes through here, and if you look in here, the boxes are made. Here's the box. It's actually dropped down and folded, and then the units, however many units you want in your box, and in our case we're doing 18 because it's a sample run. They get shot down into the box. This machine closes, folds, and seals the box. The box rolls down the conveyor belt and then gets put on a pallet that will be shipped back to Boca for us to send these samples out to accounts all over the country and all over the world for them so they can actually physically try, even though they don't have the packaging. This is the actual approved final formula in its final form. It'll be shelf stable for years, and they can have this and drink it and say, okay, this is something that we need to bring to every grocery store, convenience store, vitamin shop, GNC, United States military, and everywhere else along the world. So that is the process. Pretty damn cool. Tastes like vanilla
frosting.
That's pretty fucking good. Once it's cold, it's gonna taste like a vanilla milkshake.
Yeah, it literally is like drinking like.
I'm giving it a 10. So don't go back to the drawing board on that one. All right, so the last one we tried was the vanilla bean, which is crazy. This is the peanut butter cookie, and we're gonna give it a shot here. This is hopefully the final variation here. It's very, 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 very good.
It's better than
it's very, very
first
good.
sample we had.
It's better than the same.
It's very good. So this is the strawberry shortcake MRE Lite RTD. Just to let everybody know, the peanut butter cookie passed for sure. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's trying to pinpoint what it tastes like Frankenberry cereal. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a strawberry cereal.
equated to kid cereal.
Yeah.
Blueberry cobbler MRE Lite RTD, and we're going to try this one. The last one, strawberry, was also a pass. So far, so good. It really strongly smells like it too.
You can think right now with it being, you'll get like a more upfront of the whatever the flavor is. So the blueberry will be stronger now, or it'll get more.
This tastes a lot better than the sample we had.
Yeah, all the samples are better than, so far all of them have been better than the samples. So that's another pass. All right, so this is our fifth. We got one more after this. What's the next one here?
Oatmeal chocolate chip.
Oatmeal chocolate chip. This one is chocolate fudge brownie. Down the hatch. It's a monster.
Hot cocoa.
Yeah, it tastes like hot
Make it
chocolate.
cold once again.
It literally tastes like hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of a little.
So it can be consumed warm or
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, but cold this will be even crazier.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good. Very good. I'm drunk from all the testing. We've been nonstop. We're all tired. We got very early to get here and start the testing, and it's about we're about what 4 or 5 hours into testing now. So
I think so.
this is our final test. Hopefully this is approved, all like the other ones. And this is the chocolate chip oatmeal. Jeez. Here you go. Down the hatch.
Wow. It's fucking bang on to the powder almost.
Yeah.
It's like a cookie.
So
That's phenomenal.
the question is,
Jesus. Yeah.
the question is,
Hold that one forward.
so the plan as of, when we got here was to release peanut butter cookie, to release the chocolate fudge and the vanilla bean. Obviously the names can flex, so that's not written in stone, flavor names. After all this, does the chocolate chip oatmeal get pulled up in front of potentially the fudge brownie? I don't know, fudge brownie is pretty damn good.
It's down to the, you know what I mean? Because chocolate vanilla always sell the most.
Yeah.
So, but that oatmeal's, it's a fucking great flavor. Vanilla's definitely in there. So that vanilla was phenomenal.
And then peanut butter, I feel like.
I think it has to.
Which one is better? Chocolate chip oatmeal? Yeah, chocolate chip oatmeal. Chocolate chip oatmeal. I did the fudge first.
So did I. They're both approved. It's just a question what comes forward.
Pretty damn even, I don't know.
I think oatmeal.
All right, so we're back here at the Boca headquarters.
What is it now? 3 days later?
3 days later, and how many tests have we done now? We conducted 3 or 4 different test groups.
Rounds
right?
of testing internally.
And the one thing I'll tell you, that the big takeaway is that everybody loves it and is like amazed, and it's been, like ridiculous.
The biggest challenge is out of 6, which ones do we launch?
Exactly.
We've got 2, I think, front runners that we know for sure are going out first.
Right.
And then they're all so good. It's like, who's your favorite kid at this
Literally,
point?
so it's been people. Also, yesterday we released the images of the actual bottles.
Yeah, that was cool.
Johnny, you can put that in the video right here. And so people went nuts. I mean, people literally, I don't know how many hundreds of comments people had. And people were like freaking out over the packaging. Oh, can't wait for it. Retailers are excited. We've got Vitamin Shop and GNC and everybody we ship packages to today.
Yeah, I was
So we
back there
ship
packing
like,
boxes. So
Eric went back to work packing boxes.
yeah, and that's the thing is like there's no other RTD that looks like this.
No.
So when you walk to a cooler, you're gonna see that and you're gonna know it's different.
Yes.
Because the formula is different.
Yeah.
The taste is better than anything out there. It's not gonna be just typical white Tetrapack that's in there. It's gonna jump.
It's funny because some people, one person in particular, is like, it looks different. It's busy compared to other ones. I'm like, hell yeah, we want it to be busy because you set it next to like the new Quest one, right? Or you put it by Lean Body, which are these are all great products and everything, but they look a certain way. They all look kind of similar in one way or another. Maybe Librati uses more red, where Quest uses some blue, and so on and so forth. But basically, they're all somewhat similar. Where you're going to look at ours and you're like, holy shit, what's this?
That you want to grab it and go, what is this?
And you read on the front whole food and
things about being disruptive.
disruptive. I mean, look, that's the whole thing of Facebook. The disruptors. That's what we are, a disruptor.
That's what you can call us here.
Yeah, we're the disruptors. So anyway, Johnny, we have I have all the cold packs here, and for all the very special people, we have a very special guest in house today. The new athlete, Cedric McMillan. You can throw in some video of him, Johnny, and Cedric will be one of the very few people to try this. The one thing is I guess the consensus is everybody's like, well, when do we get to try it? So today, the marketing team is going to get to try it,
which is a massive desire for that team to want to get in on product testing.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I was just in there and we were talking. I was showing Cedric around, and I mentioned today we're going to test it. Everybody was like, yeah, and I was like, wow, they're that excited.
Biggest question I've been asked the last 3 days:
when do we get to try?
When do we get to try?
So it's a lot of excitement here, and we can't wait for you guys out there to get to try these. The plan is January. That's the goal, and we're going to do everything possible to get these to you guys in January.